I'm giving one insane power up to every single Serie A club starting with AC Milan. What will they land on? And they get full potential. So as you can see, their team is at full potential. Yeah, it's actually really incredible. But this is only the beginning, as we will be giving one amazing but different power up to every Serie A team. But it's not as simple as that. In between these power-ups are 3 punishments, which 3 teams will be unlucky to get. In the end, we'll simulate a season in the Serie A to see who will win. Maybe it'll finally get balanced and we will see another team win. I hope it'll be Juventus because I miss them. But let's just keep the wheel of clubs spinning and see what team we land on next. And this time we get Lecce, so that's a smaller club, but will they turn to a big club from the wheel of power-ups? And they get weight equals rating, which can both be really good, but it could also be bad. But as you can see, it's made their team mostly incredible, especially that defense with that goalkeeper, and also that striker. Yeah, overall, this is actually a pretty good upgrade for Lecce. Now let's keep going on the wheel. What club are we getting next? And okay, it's Roma, so a big club again. And what are they getting? They land on flip ratings, so that's already our first punishment of the video. But there is always a chance of this actually being really good, but let's just flip the ratings and see. And okay, it does look good, but their goalkeeper is bad. So if it wasn't for their bad goalkeeper, I would say this would have actually been a pretty decent team, but that's not the case. So we might just see Roma relegated. Let's just keep the wheel going, and we've landed on Sassuolo this time. Now what will this newly promoted side get? And they get stamina as their rating, which is a new one we haven't done. As you can see, every player is the rating of their stamina. Yeah, I don't know why I thought this would even be a power-up, because if it is, it's a pretty shit one. This is more like a punishment. I'm actually so sorry to any Sassuolo fans, if you guys even exist. But yeah, let's just spin the wheel yet again. And we now get Napoli. Okay, this will be interesting. The current Serie A champions lands on a +15 to their midfield. Yeah, that's just unfair, man. Like, how can they already win the Serie A? And now on top of that, they have this insane midfield? Napoli might just win it again. What's gonna be our next club? Bologna, or Bolognese. Basically the same thing. And they land on 80 plus minimum. So that means every player who was under the rating of 80 has been upgraded to 80, so they keep their good players. And all their bad players are now 80 as well, which just makes their team average, like pretty average. Yeah, nothing much else to say to Bologna. Now what will we be getting next? And we land on Atalanta, another big club. What are they getting from the wheel of power up? And they get 5 85 plus, which means they get 5 random players who are 85 rated or more. And those 5 players will be Rafinha, Unai Simon, Carvajal, Van Dijk, and also Jonathan Tah. So yeah, they got a lot stronger in the defense. And then Rafinha on the wing. But that's still pretty solid, I would say. They were already good, so this has just amplified their team even more. But let's get our next club from the wheel. And we get Como. Now, will Como get a punishment or power up? And they get the power up best rating. And that means each Como player in the starting 11 will become the best rating of the current player there, which is Alvaro Morata. He's 83 rated. So now everyone else in the starting 11 is also 83 rated. Simple, but a solid upgrade to their team. But not really at a title contender, I would say. What will club number 9th be from the wheel? And it's Hellas Verona. Okay, so let's now also spin the other wheel. And we get +10 to their starting 11. So their starting 11 has gotten a +10 upgrade. It's definitely improved. They have a good goalkeeper now, a solid defense and midfield. But it's still just not at that great level. I feel like some other clubs have gotten better power-ups, but they still did go. But we're almost at halfway through, just like we're almost at the release of FC 26. Only 2 more weeks left to enter the FC 26 giveaway. And all you need to do is like this video, comment down below, and then subscribe. Be quick before you miss out. Anyways, let's spin the wheel again. And for team number 10, we get Torino. This will be interesting. What are they getting? And a simple Mbappe and Haaland, also a new power-up. So this will be interesting to see how this will play out, because their attack is insane now. But is it enough? We'll have to wait until the end to see that. We're now halfway through the teams, and we still have 2 punishments left on the wheel. And next club we land on is Genoa. Now what is Genoa getting? Oh no, they've landed on the second punishment, remove attack. So every attacker from Genoa will get removed. So this is their team now. It wasn't even that great before, but now it's just gotten even worse. Yeah, Genoa is definitely getting relegated. I'm willing to bet my left toenail on that, but let's just keep it pushing with the wheel. And okay, Fiorentina is up now, the Conference League merchants, and they land on a simple +5 to their whole team. So every single player in their team had gotten a +5. And you know what? I actually think this is a very solid power-up for Fiorentina. 90 rated De Gea is insane. They've got a decent-ish defense, an okay midfield, but a really good attack. So they could actually be an underdog here. I I actually am going to make a bold prediction and say they're going to finish top 5. But let's first see what our next team will get from the Wheel of Clubs. And Udinese is up next. Now, are they getting the final punishment? No, they land on highest rating, which means every player in their team will return to their highest ever base FIFA rating. So let's quickly do that and see what it'll do. And this is their team. Most of it is still bad. But there is one player here that's noticeable. And that's, of course, Alexis Sanchez. He's back to his Arsenal prime rating. What a player he used to be. But let's see if he can still carry Udinese now. Now, time for another spin on the Wheel of Clubs. And our next club that's up is the newly promoted side Pisa. They need a very big power-up if they want to stay up. And they get plus 15 to their goalkeeper. So their goalkeeper now goes from 71 to 86 rated. That might seem like a terrible power-up because it's only one player in the starting 11 that's gotten upgraded. But it's the most important position of them all. So that might actually save them. We still have some big clubs left on the wheel. But our next team will be Parma. So what is Parma's fate going to be today? And they land on a plus 15 also, but to their defense. So all their defenders will be getting a big plus 15. So this is now their team. And yeah, Parma has cooked here. Defense is yet another position that's very important, and they might just have the best defense in the league now. So Parma could be a sneaky title contender as well. But you know what time it is. It's time for another spin. And we get Lazio this time. Now what is Lazio going to be doing to their team? And they get random rating upgrade, which means each player in their team will be getting a random rating. Could be plus 2 or plus 18. So let's just see what happens. And damn, what an insane upgrade for Lazio. They are literally insane. This might actually now be one of the best power-ups. Lazio is definitely a title contender now. But we return to our beloved Wheel of Clubs, and we get Cremonense, the third and final newly promoted side. And Cremonense lands on return best players. So their best players that have played for them will return. But do they even have good players? Let's just see. And they do have a few decent players that have played for their club, but nothing incredible. They look alright though. But I'm not sure if it's enough to keep them from getting relegated. Only 3 teams left on the wheel. Who will we get first? And we get Cagliari. 2 power-ups and 1 punishment on the wheel. But Cagliari gets lucky and lands on the power-up. They get plus 15 attack, the last of the plus 15s. This is also a good power-up. But out of attack, midfield, defense, and goalkeeper, I feel like attack is the least useful because the other positions are so much more powerful. But as always, that's something we will see in the end. Because now we have Juventus and Inter Milan left on the wheel, and also 1 power-up with 1 punishment left. So this will get interesting. But first, we land on Juventus. Now will Juventus get the punishment? And oh no, they will. This is the club I said I hoped would do well at the beginning of the video. But now I have to release this current in-game starting 11. So let's just release all these players. Yeah, Juventus is cooked. They're not going to win the Serie A with this team. They just won't. It's sad to see these Italian legends go down like that, but that now means our very final club is Inter Milan. And that also means they will get the final power-up, which is height equals rating. And that's also a new one, but it means the last 2 digits of a player's height in centimeters decides their rating. So as you can see, this is their team. It's amazing, but if you still don't understand, then let me give you an example. Thuram is 192 centimeters tall, so the last 2 digits of that is 92, so that's why. But yeah, this might actually be the best and most overpowered power-up. But there is a lot of teams that have gotten great power-ups. I really can't see who wins it, because we've literally given every team a power-up. Expect Roma, Genoa, and Juventus. They got punished. So let's now simulate a Serie A season to see what this has all done to the league. So I've now simulated till the end of the season. Let's just slowly reveal the table and see where the teams finished. So the 3 relegated teams are actually Roma, Parma, and Sassuolo. I'm surprised Parma got relegated because they got a plus 15 to their defense. Anyways, Genoa got 17th, so there goes my left toenail. In 13th, we have Lecce, and Torino gets 12th. Hellas Verona finishes in 11th, and Cagliari gets 10th with their plus 16 attack. Atalanta got 9th, and in 8th, we have Pis. Lazio got 7th with their random rating upgrade, and in 6th, we have Fiorentina. Como got 5th with their 83 starting 11, and in 4th, we have Juventus, despite getting punished. In 3rd, we have AC Milan. So it's between Napoli and Inter again, but Napoli gets 2nd, which means Inter Milan wins it this time with their height as their rating. This was an interesting one. But comment what other power-ups you want me to add to the wheel next.